what's also pretty wild is our next topic that Quentin Tarantino is kind of shaking up things and is not going to be filming his last written script called The Film Critic.
Right, or the Movie Critic.
Yeah, sorry, the Movie Critic. So this from what the reports were saying, that this was set in Los Angeles again.
In the 1970s.
Right, and that it was somewhat of a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, from what I was learning, it was supposed to be loosely based off of this Movie Critic that he had read growing up. Mm-hmm. And then the script started to lean into following Brad Pitt's character, Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And now he's been they've been in prep for it, and they were going to shoot they were going to shoot pretty soon. And he was like, no.
And also Tom Cruise was attached to the script at one point, before he canned it. So that would have been interesting to see Tom Cruise in a Tarantino movie.
That would be interesting. I would actually love to see that.
I would too, to be honest.
Because I like it when Tom Cruise does.
Yeah, he branches out. Right.
Yeah, like Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder.
Everyone loves that character. Right.
So yeah, I want to say real quick that I have maybe two ways of thinking about this, which is maybe he was playing, like he was writing the script and it just got like a little too much like inside baseball, and like he also like was psyching himself out about like, is this really the movie that I go out on?
Right.
This movie, like this story about Hollywood, and it's a sequel to one of my other movies, and like
he really hasn't done like a real sequel to a movie yet, besides like Kill Bill, which he looks at as one movie.
You know? Yeah. And like the characters all exist within the same universe from what I understand, but they're not like direct sequels. So I think there's a bit of that. Maybe somebody was like, maybe he looked at it and was like, you know, and that's what I'm guessing is like, he looked at it and he was like, maybe this is good. But like, maybe it's just a little like, because like I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit like, I think it could be cool, but it sounds a little weird for a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But the other thing is, I don't think he's gonna be 10 movies and done.
I do think it will be that. I think like what he said is that like he's not stepping away creatively like forever. He's just stepping away as a director. Like he wants to write, he wants to like do scripts, he wants to write books. Like I think him writing will be fulfilling enough, at least I think for at least like 10 years. And then if like he's really feeling an itch, he might come back. But I feel like he's always wanted to do this. Like from an early point in his like directing days, he was like, I want to do 10 and that's it, you know? And I don't know. I'd love to see him stick to it. I really would. But it would also mean not getting more Quentin Tarantino movies after this.
I really think it's such a arbitrary and dumb like precedent that he's like self-inflicted on himself. and look, it's good to have your you know your goals, your code to have things that you find sacred and that you decide are like, this is it. And like there is something to be said about like, you know, just like hanging it up. I just don't think that that's really what's going to happen. But regarding this, like I think it's the thing with like with Disney, like they were like, it's kind of nice to see somebody who's like, look, I worked on this thing, but you know what, it's just not it. I think he's obviously in a position where he's privileged enough to be able to just be like, well, you know, and I'm not going
to sell this script, and I'm just not going to do it. So.
This isn't the one. But it does make me excited to see what else he wants to come up with, because I would like when this got announced, I was like, it sounds like I'm sure he could do it really good. there's not really one Tarantino movie I hate other than The Hateful Eight. I know, but like I've loved every other movie, and I think also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was like I liked it, but it wasn't like my favorite thing that he had done.
I loved it. It wasn't my favorite either, but it was definitely like I might have had it top 3 to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely not my top 3. Which, granted, I need to watch it again. It's been a minute, but so like I already was a little like meh about this movie, so it's I'm kind of excited to see what's the next thing that he finds is worthy. You know,
would you want something more original, or would you want like a sequel to another movie of his? Because people like have always said like, oh, I would love a Kill Bill Volume 3, you know, and I'm not one of those people, but I was curious if you were.
If there was a sequel to a Quentin Tarantino movie, I don't need a Kill Bill 3, but a story where the first assassin who gets killed and her daughter, coming after her.
That's what I would want in a sequel. Like that'd be pretty great.
That would be good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like that would be good. But
it'd be cool.
If there was a sequel that I would particularly want, it would probably be a Django, or a Reservoir Dogs. But I think you can't really do a sequel to Reservoir Dogs.
Well, what's interesting is that like in one of the sequels, I really would have loved to have seen him do that he had planned on doing at one point. And I don't know if you know this, but it was I think it was called Vincent v. Vega. And so it was basically going to have Michael Madsen's character from Reservoir Dogs and Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction,
right?
Who was played by John Travolta,
right?
Those two were going to be brothers, and like they were both going to have the last name Vega. I think in Reservoir Dogs he does have the last name Vega, and I
think he's just known as Mr. White.
Yeah, I think so. Right, and yeah, I think something like that, I mean, would be cool. I don't know anything about story details.
Right.
But like following characters from other movies, I would always love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, preferably I think I'd want something original.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think truly, because like I don't really need a sequel to Django. Truly, what I would, if there was a sequel, it would be that Kill Bill story.
Yeah, agreed.
But I don't even know if I would call it Kill. You can't call it Kill Bill. You have to call it Kill Revenge Woman.
Does she not have a name?
I forget her name.
Kill Thurman.
Kill Bill as the bride. Kill the bride.
That would be. I mean, and he could. But could he? I guess you can't really do a Kill the Bride and be like, oh, it's a part of the same movie. It's all one movie, you know, like. Yeah,
like I think it would maybe be a bit like how the sequel to The Shining was. God, what was that movie called? That was recent. Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of like that.
Yeah.
In a way, but I don't know. I think something original.
Yeah.
I would have liked that.
Would be better.
That Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie, though.
But
what a way that would have gone.
He can't do it because it's. I also don't think he would want that to be a part of his like film repertoire. You know.
I don't think so either. But
yeah. But it would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.